What's up, guys? It's Dante from East Coast Gridiron, and as a Florida State fan, as you see, y'all got me out here defending a Gator, Graham Mertz. But nah, for real, man, I love football in general, and this is one of those things where I've been seeing the blasphemous takes on pretty much every social media platform about that the dude was a statue, that he was one of the reasons why they lost. They think that Anthony Richardson could have won this game because they did last year, all this other stuff. I just had to shout out Kyle Whittingham and the coaching staff for Utah, the defensive coordinator. They came in with a really good game plan. They kept their pressure on, which had made this young offensive line crumble. They're without Osiris Torrance, they're without Richard Garage. They're trying to mix it up with the running backs. Ricky Pearsall got utilized late in the game. But we're gonna go through every single snap, and we're gonna go ahead and kind of grade this stuff for Graham Mertz, because I think that he actually played really good, and I think Florida has a really good quarterback on their hands. I know he's been in the league for a very, very long time, but this is absolutely crazy why people think that Graham Mertz is not the answer. I think that the team around him is not the answer right now. I think Billy Napier called a really bad game. I think his offensive coordinator called a really bad game. I think this is the opposite of what we saw with USC and Alex Grinch being a terrible defensive coordinator for USC. This is a whole offensive collapse, and it really came down to play calling, getting pressure on this young offensive line, and a couple mistakes by their receivers as well. Let's go ahead and throw up the stats here, for Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz in this game: 31 for 44, 70% completion percentage, 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 8 carries for negative 29 yards. Because as you guys know, in college, anytime you get sacked, that gets added on or subtracted to your rushing total. So, it is what it is, man. But I did want to go ahead and deep dive into this game, kind of give an elementary type of film study. I'm not going to get too crazy with the X's and O's, but kind of tell you what I've seen, what the tendencies were from Graham Mertz's perspective, and kind of defend the guy. I think the unnecessary hate towards Graham Mertz is blasphemous. I mean, I think he's going to be probably the best thing for Florida moving forward. And there's other great things to like out of this game too, but we're going to go ahead and call out those things and just go ahead and do a deep dive into this film. So let's get started. All right, so first thing up, one thing I noticed is they like to run 12 personnel, 11 personnel, a lot of empty sets. Trips was one of the things that they liked, and a lot of crossing routes too. So this is their first play of the game here, and Graham Mertz just drops back and delivers a dime to 82, kind of get them in an up tempo. Nothing crazy. Get the offense started, find the open guy, and deliver a good pass. Ricky Pearsall's in motion, and just a hip toss play right here to Ricky Pearsall as he gets in the end around. And they utilize a lot of motion with him too. I'm not sure if they were trying to distract the defense, on their best weapon, but Ricky Pearsall's in motion again here. And as you see, it looks like the offensive line was either rattled by the crowd noise, because it was loud in Utah, or that they just are very, very twitchy and just young, and they're just trying to get to know the game. But either way it goes, it was a false start, and you're going to see this several times. Next play up here on the 3rd and 6. Graham Mertz drops back, delivers a ball. You could say that this was a little high. I believe that was Montrell Johnson. You could say that it was a little high for him, but if you get 2 hands on the ball, it is what it is. And this is what I hated about Billy Napier's offense here, is he was calling screens like crazy on 3rd down, and that was one of the things that got him in trouble last year. When you've got good receivers and they're able to get open, why are we throwing screen passes? He loves his running backs. That's what this is. Showing this again, little high, got 2 hands on the ball, but close it out. So this is the next series up here. Etienne gets the fake, and Graham Mertz showing his running ability that he showed at Wisconsin. Nothing to see there. Another fake handoff, play action, gets the ball to 82, and this is one of the crucial, or 22. And this is one of the crucial drops in the game right here. And he could have thrown it to Ricky Purcell right there, but I guess he didn't like the guy that was over top. Show that again. So Ricky Purcell is going to have a route like this, coming over the middle. Actually, let me draw that in a different color here. Yeah, so this Ricky Purcell right here, he's going to do a route like this over the middle. Guess he was just scared of this guy up top that was going to come and maybe, you know, stop him or come underneath for an interception. But I think with the way that Graham Mertz was showing accuracy last night, he probably could have put that on the money. So let's go ahead and play this again. And receiver got two hands on it, supposed to come up with that catch. So next series. So we got a 2-by-1 here. It looks like we're in 11 personnel. One tight end. Number 3 is in motion. And he just tosses it right to him. Good play. Trey Wilson with about 9 yards. 2nd and 1 coming up. 22's in motion. Play action. And catch is made. Marcus Burke was, you know, in on that play. And you like, I mean, they did a lot of crossing concepts during this game, for sure. I mean, you're going to see it right here. 22 in motion. They did this a lot. And usually what they were doing was a 2-by-2 set all night, where they had a couple crossing routes like this, had another guy come up, and this happened a lot on 3rd down, which you guys are going to see, and I don't understand. But and then you got Ricky Purcell just probably running a post or a 9 route here, but hey, Burt got open, and it was on the money. This is where they had success in a lot of the game, and they just, like, I don't understand why they got away from it. So Ricky Purcell in motion again in a 2-by-1 formation, 11 personnel, drops back, just dumps the ball off to Montrell Johnson, and easy first down. On first down, I don't. This was a scary moment because they thought it was a fumble, but his elbow was actually down on the ground, so that was a non-play or a non-scare there. But if you're gonna run this type of formation, where you're just dumping it off to the running back, it's great to do that for first down like they were doing. So let's get to the next play here. Play action, and then this was just a slip here. I don't think anybody was downfield for him to see, or he couldn't have regained his balance. Offensive line was terrible. Watch the right guard on this play. He was absolute dog snaps, is what Fishing like to say. Look at the right tackle. He absolutely got abused on this play. This guy obviously is coming around the outside, and him slipping here did not help out the fact that he's basically just looking in his face, following him, and allowing this dude to crescent around to the quarterback. I mean, I believe 76 was getting abused all night long. He barely even put hands on him. So next play here, delivers a short pass to number 4. Number 4 was pretty good. He had a really good touchdown here. Douglas towards the end of the game to put up their first touchdown offensively. Trips formation, and this is what you like to see right here. 88 catching the pass. Burke with another huge reception in the game. Allow him just to throw the ball downfield. Naked boot on this play. 87 gets the pass. I believe his name is Olsen, I believe, but the tight end was pretty good in this game. He reminded me a lot of Payne Durham. So empty backfield, and here we go. He lofts one up. I think that was just a miscommunication, or he wasn't aware of the pass, but looks like it's just a inside. I don't know if he's supposed to run a post or just run a go route there and just get around the receiver, but either way it goes, I don't think he saw the ball in the vicinity. So as you're seeing right now, I mean, Yeah, it's Graham Mertz's fault, I guess. Here's another look at it. Montrell Johnson in motion, another empty back set. 3rd and 7. What are they gonna do? It's a 3-by-1 right here. And you can honestly say that this one was on Graham Mertz. Look at the play clock down here. It's at 3 seconds. I'm not sure if he was totally aware, but him being in the league, this is like his first hiccup, I believe, of the night for me. It's like, what are we doing? And it's well beyond 0 seconds at this point in time. So, not really sure. Got to delay a game penalty. Next play up on the 3rd and 12 put his team in a bad situation. But I love to see this out of Mertz. Russian didn't see anybody on this play. Almost got there, but took an unnecessary hit as well. And I believe Billy Napier liked what he saw. He thought that he had the momentum on a 4th and 1. Runs up on the line of scrimmage, sends 87 in motion, and another 58 was getting unnecessary calls against him too. 58 jumped too early while he was in motion, and then that was it. Probably on the hard count, and didn't understand the play call there. So yeah, but that's Graham Mertz's fault, I guess. Looks like almost a naked boot here. Launches downfield, and this was an obvious miscommunication here. I think a lot of people will see the fact that Graham Mertz threw this down the field, but but what we have to see is number 4 is running on the right side hash, almost out of bounds, and I think that this was a total miscommunication by number 4. I mean, he even stopped like he was confused on this route. So, but Graham Mertz took a hit there, so showing some pocket poise. Ricky Purcell back in motion, fakes, and Mertz is trying to get on the outside, but it looks like Trevor Etienne was not able to get the block on that empty guy, number 8, and got through him, and he was a demon all night. So this is where we're starting to see like really the offensive line collapse after this point too. The blocking was subpar all game. Ricky Purcell, okay, this was bubble screen, 3rd and 22, another screen play right here by Ricky Purcell. Billy Napier special, even though you're having success downfield, if you just launch it and believed in your guys, you would have been there. But Ricky Purcell on his screen, and it was thrown a little behind him. So that was, I guess you can mark that up as a bad pass by Graham Mertz. So, I mean, his second hiccup of the game, his first really bad pass. Graham Mertz drops back, and then this is the second bad pass of the night. Too far in front of him. Montrell Johnson, fake handoff. He eyes him the whole time. Obviously the right pass on 1st down, and he just couldn't get the ball in his vicinity. Too much for him. Next play up, 11 personnel. And he just stayed in the pocket. Let's watch this again. Stayed in the pocket. Ricky Purcell right over the middle. Couldn't get anybody. And as soon as he saw Ricky Purcell got locked up right at the top of your screen. Let's see if I can rewind it just a little bit here. So Ricky Purcell was trying to run this inside route here, but obviously these two guys had pretty much locked him up in phase. So if you see that, locks him up right there. And I think as soon as Graham Mertz knew that, I don't know if he was trying to disengage, but the line had let him down. But I mean, he was in the pocket for a while. So another check down, and 86 just trips over himself on a 3rd and 19. Play calling. Receiver couldn't get upright. I guess this is Graham Mertz's fault, right? All right, so let's go back to this play. So 2nd and 9. They ran a run play. Odom is his name. So Odom gets a good catch here on the sidelines. 3rd and 6. Bunched up on the top of your screen there and trips. He's looking. Ricky Purcell was not paying attention and it's intercepted. Let's watch that again. So you got Ricky Purcell just coming back on the inside comeback route here. It's gonna read it. This guy all the way at the top of your screen is non-existent. And then you have this guy is just crossing over, which is going to bring down this linebacker to make sure that he's playing him in zone. And what had happened was he just wasn't paying attention fully, and it gets intercepted on the bounce. But I guess that's Graham Mertz's fault. Next series up, 3rd quarter. Mertz goes back, kind of does a naked boot downfield. Purcell is open. If Purcell would have just kept running in a straight line and Mertz probably could have hit him in stride, that probably would have been a touchdown. And I believe this next play is Ricky Purcell for another 1st down in a row. Yep, right there, inside comeback on the right side hash. This is what they got away from, and I don't understand why Billy Napier just stopped going 10 yards at a time until they actually stopped it, or they started manning up on these guys. I don't get it, and it's actually frustrating watching Florida's collapse and them trying it this deep in the game, 3rd quarter, 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Now they're trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Ricky Purcell gets a screen pass on 2nd down. See, I don't mind that on 2nd down. 2nd and 7. And then 3rd and 6, Montrell Johnson. I highlighted this because this is obviously a Billy Napier problem right here. Another toss play, another inside handoff. Not a toss, but an inside handoff to Montrell Johnson. Now you're in a 4th and 3, only gaining 3 yards instead of a 1st down. And here we go. This play is wacky. Bunch formation. So basically, you have a guy in motion who he's going to fake hand it off to. And then the obvious thing was to pull these guys on the defense over here, everybody. But it did not work. And I'm not sure why Billy Napier called this when the running game has been stifled right up the middle of the field, or a lot of pressure has been weighing down here. So instead, what he does is he fakes hand it off here and then has this tight end, number 8, pretty much go up the field in the middle and a flip play. What are we doing? Purcell in motion. Gets it to 18, and Dante Zanders, the tight end, was not able to execute. The whole play call was so stupid. So what we're going to have here is another false start by 76. Next play, gets it out to Ricky Purcell on a bubble screen. And this was able to work on the 1st and 15. This is where you try these things, Billy. 1st and 10. They got the 1st down. And let's watch this again. Defensive line gets a hand on the ball here. Bat in the air. Could have been intercepted. But this is all offensive line, man. Graham Mertz drops back, delivers a ball downfield on 2nd and 10, and it's right off the fingertips of Ricky Purcell. But what I think had happened here was, by the time that this ball got here, this guy, the cornerback, was holding a little bit and dragged his right arm down. No, I'm sorry, this is left arm. I'm getting all confused now and irritated. Dragging his left arm down, right arm stretched out, and he almost brought it in, but that's what Ricky Pearsall was like. He was holding me. Technically it was, but they never called the flag on it. Next play up here on 4th and 9, offensive line collapsed right in the middle. Let's watch it again. Let's watch the guard get abused here. Guard gets abused in the center, and bam, this is what happened. Another sack. End of the third quarter. Odom's in motion. Fake handoff. Running play action. When you're this deep, it ended up working. Odom gets you about 15, 16 yards. 2nd and 10. Steps up. Going back to the tight end. Gets about 3 yards. Graham Mertz on 3rd down. Decides to launch it. And I don't know why they didn't do this every single time. They exposed the cornerback up top now. This was the guy that was holding them on Pearsall before. As they come across the middle, he is dragging number 4 with him and calls a pass interference. What are we doing? What are we doing, Billy? So I guess the defense coordinator or somebody saw that this dude was a little bit too handsy, and then they decided to go for it. Anyways, pass interference, 14 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. 1st down. Odom gets another good pass to set the rhythm. I like it. So a minute off the clock, almost. Pearsall gets another pass on the fake. Yep. No, not a fake, but just coming out of the backfield. Pearsall gets it, and bam. So as you guys see, there hasn't been a lot of mistakes of Graham Mertz so far. Here we go. Fakes a rollout, steps up in the pocket. Great pocket presence. Now, it doesn't show it on the replay here, but this pass was actually a little behind the receiver. As you see, I'll try to draw a diagram of where the players were. So pretty much they're parallel here. Their arms are up here, and this is where the ball is, right here. So basically the receiver's reaching back to get this ball, and this is a really bad pass by Mertz that could have been intercepted. One of his worst ones of the day. Next play up. Pump fakes, gets it out to ETN, and this was just a bad play call by Billy Napier. Well executed, but not sure if anything else was downfield. Graham Mertz pass to Trey Wilson for a 1st down, 3rd and 7. Finally, one of the first times that this screen pass disaster has actually started working. 3-by-1 here. Fakes to the left side, scrambles out, uses his legs, throws it out of bounds on 2nd and 5. Live to see another day. Number 3 in motion, and Montrell Johnson takes it, and another flag on the play. And I believe that this is too many men in the backfield. Yep. More than 4 men in the backfield, illegal formation. Let's look at it again. Technically, this is just so frustrating to watch. Technically, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 4 would consider to be too many men in the backfield. That's the 4 that they're talking about. Either Ricky Pearsall needs to be up on the line of scrimmage, or you allow this guy to stay here up on the line of scrimmage instead of motioning him over. As soon as he called the motion over and Ricky Pearsall was not up here, they're going to call that every single time. But I digress. Too many men on the field. Or too many men in the backfield. All right. Single backfield, steps up, gets it to Montreal Johnson on another like little dump off pass. And I believe this is when they started running these crossing routes. Yep. So here we go with the Billy Napier special, running crossing routes and getting a dump off pass to this guy here, Ricky Pearsall. And I believe this is the tight end, run crossing routes. And this one's just going to cross over to, I believe, right there on the top of the screen. So this is like a total freaking disaster, man. Especially when these guys aren't out here blocking. So 4th and 2. Because Ricky Pearsall is so good at catching the ball, this ball was thrown very, very low. But when you go back and watch the replay, this was actually hit on the line of scrimmage. So I thought it was just a bad pass. All right, so this is where he threw it away. Sorry. I went too far back. So the linebacker right there got a hand on the ball, and you can tell because the nose of the ball is pointed down. This linebacker was everything on this play. So let's run it back. And they actually called a catch for Ricky Pearsall. So awesome catch. And then this is what's so frustrating about this whole thing. He finally lets Mertz be Mertz and throw this ball up for number 4, jump ball, and actually comes down with their first offensive touchdown in the game. Annoying. Next series. Gets a short pass out to number 3. Wilson gets the first down. Fake to Wilson. Pocket presence is there. And this was just one of those inside crossing routes. So he's going to cross in right there between the linebacker and the cornerback and come back a little. And he's going to throw a safe short pass. Good awareness on where to place the pass. Pump fakes. Montreal Johnson again. This is 1st and 10. Don't mind this play. But look at the time. Look at the time, Billy. 4 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. What are you doing? We should be launching this thing downfield. We're down 13 points. It's 2 scores. Mertz steps up. Short pass. And Wilson gets that. And after a really good pass, we have 76. The Alabama transfer throws this edge rusher on the ground and calls an unnecessary penalty for his team right here. What are we doing? Mental mistakes. Now it's 3rd and 9. Mertz drops back, pressure in his face again, gets it to Ricky Pearsall on another crossing route. I told y'all, here it comes. The crossing routes again. Crossing routes everywhere. Crossing routes for this guy. Ricky Pearsall, crossing route here. On 3rd down, if it's not a screen pass, crossing routes. We got to make up space, and it's clearly not working because look at these guys in zone. I had to watch it again because I'm so frustrated. Next play. 4th and 3. Sunbelt Billy's about to go for it. And they go for the slant again. But he was actually past the 1st down marker and beat his guy. 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. Steps up in the pocket. And got to get out of there because his pocket was collapsing. Good awareness by Graham Mertz. Next play. Here it goes. Let's watch this back here. Their tackles suck. They're getting abused by everybody. Number 5 was open to do whatever he wanted to, hit Graham Mertz, and Ricky Pearsall got overthrown. Look at him as he picks him up, tells him I'm sorry, pats him on the back. He ain't sorry because he's getting abused all night. Next play, 3rd and 8. Mertz steps up, gets destroyed again because of his offensive line. The same guy that said I'm sorry is the same guy that let this play happen. No awareness, not bringing a guy over to help 76 out. I'd be running 11 or 12 personnel all night long just to cover and help out 76. He's not ready for prime time. 4th and 14. This is their last chance of the game right here. Gets the pressure in his face, and because the pressure was there, they went ahead and batted the ball down. Graham Mertz. Stats and everything tell you that he did not have a bad game. What everybody else would say is probably something else. I hate that people think he was a statue. As you see, his pocket was collapsing. As you see, some receivers had dropped passes. As you see, Billy Napier was calling crossing routes and the screens on 3rd down when they absolutely were not working. I know there's a couple of plays in here that I didn't show where he was running the ball. You guys did try to see that flip pass on 4th down that absolutely did not work up the middle. These guys, the guards were getting abused. The tackles were getting abused. I don't know what else to say, man. Graham Mertz is going to have a tough time this year. If they play like this against any other team in the SEC, and I would like to say that Utah lost a lot of weapons too, and they looked incredible. What is happening with the recruiting for Billy Napier, I'll never understand. And as a Florida State fan, I actually feel bad for the Florida Gators. Where they're unranked right now, Utah did play like the 14th best team in the nation against them. And they played like an unranked team. I digress, man. I think the pressure needs to come off of Graham Mertz. It's not his fault. Look at Billy Napier. If he coaches like this for the rest of the season, I don't see him having a job next year. And I hate to see coaches get fired within 2 years while they're rebuilding, but I don't see it happening. I'm not saying do it now, but if this is not a wake-up call for them, I don't know what's going to be. So this is Dante from East Coast Gridiron. My allergies, man. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Get off Graham Mertz.